Good afternoon if you're on the East Coast, and good morning if you're somewhere out west. So my name is David Johnson, and I teach at Georgia College, and I'm in the music department, and I cover music theory and composition. And today I'll be playing a work by Johann Sebastian Bach, the famous Chaconne, from his Partita in number 2 in D minor. So this is my fifth streaming performance that I've given since we had to send students home and do distance learning, and it's been a challenge for all of us, and I've discovered that one of the ways that I can sort of get out of some of the current events is just to have my violin and be able to play. Just a little bit about me. I grew up in Southern California, and I would imagine that right now there are some folks that are watching this recital, especially my parents, who drove me to all of those violin lessons and supported me in my education. But I do want to talk a little bit about the piece that I'm going to play. So Bach, in the late 17 teens, had an appointment as a music director in Chaconne for Prince Leopold. And one of the things that the prince really liked was he liked a lot of great music. And so at that time, he had one of the all-time greatest composers there writing him brand new works. Each week had a new music for performance. And one of those compositions was a set of 6 solo violin sonatas and partitas. And this particular movement that I'm going to play is the biggest. And I'm even going to tell you about the very first time that I heard this piece. And I think I was probably 11 or 12 at summer music camp, and they made us go and hear this violin concert, and somebody got up and started playing, and it just went on and on and on, and he just kept playing, and then finally he got to a place where it should be over, and it sounded like it should be over, and then it just kept going. And I thought, oh man, why is he still playing? Like it should have been finished. And then he played more and more, and it sounded like he got to the end, and it still wasn't over. He kept playing more and more and more. And then finally he got to the absolute ending, and then instead it suddenly went from minor to major. And he started playing a whole new section in major, even though the previous part was in minor. And it just kept, so anyway, as you can see, I just thought it was never going to end. Finally it ended. I don't know if I had made it to stay awake throughout the whole thing, but that was my first encounter with the Bach Chaconne. Anyway, I have a tip though for those of you who are listening, and that tip is, please don't try to listen to every note. Instead, let the music take you on a journey. Just let the music take you somewhere else. Be transported. That's the way to go. And let your mind go, let your mind run, let the music just sort of guide you in a new place. The one last thing I'll say about this piece is that even though it's for unaccompanied violin, it actually has a bass line all the way through that is repeated in variation. And you're going to hear this a lot. It starts on D. It doesn't go quite that fast, but you're going to hear those notes keep falling down throughout the course of the music, and Bach keeps doing new and interesting ways of playing with that, which is actually what a chaconne is. It's a bass line that repeats with variation. All right, here we go. I'm starting to think that maybe this was actually a workout video. I will play one more though. I'm going to play Meditation from Thais by Massenet. Thank you for joining me, and stay safe.